That's going to cost you $2,000 a month in rental income minimum if you're in a nice area. So you're either going to throw away $24,000 next year, or you're going to be building equity in your house. You make the decision. Hey, how's it going? Thank you for joining me on this week's episode of The Real Deal. This week, we're going to be talking about paying above market value or paying above appraisal. These are the terms that I use to try to help deliver a message to clients when I'm talking about what it takes to be able to compete in the current market that we're in. That is the unfortunate reality of the market we're in. We are in a very competitive market. Arizona or Phoenix Metro specifically is a very desirable location. A lot of people are moving here. There's a lot of companies that are building multi-billion-dollar projects here. You got Lucid Motors, you have Intel that's building the biggest semiconductor factory in the world. These are all big drivers for employment. Arizona is a hot spot. A lot of people are saying we're the next Silicon Valley. Who knows, right? That might be wishful thinking. But what I do know is regardless of what the market does around the states, our market will continue to grow. That is what I feel deep inside of me. I just can't see this market slowing down the way it's been going the last year and a half, 2 years. Okay. So what are you doing when you pay above market value? What are you doing when you pay above appraisal? You're essentially paying more than what the house is worth for a little bit of time. Let me explain. I had a client that bought a house last year. Beautiful house, 3-car garage with the pool in Avondale. The house, in order to get our offer accepted, we competed against, let's say 20 offers. And at the time, to pay $10,000 above appraisal, that was a big deal. Right now, that's the minimum standard. To pay $10,000 above appraisal, that's what I tell all my clients. Hey, that is the current minimum standard in the market we're in. At the time back then, that was a big deal. That's what it took when you were looking at a really, really nice house, right? That house appreciated in value above the initial amount that we offered, probably within 30 to 60 days. That house is now worth $100,000 more than what my clients paid for it. So whenever you're making an offer on a house and you're paying above market value or above appraisal, that term is subjective. It really depends on what is market value in your home, right? At that very moment when you're making that offer, yeah, you might be paying $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 above what the house is worth. But 2-3 months down the road, when your neighbors are now selling for a higher price, your house's value has now increased. You have now effectively increased the market value of your neighborhood. That's how the market grows in value, right? When somebody sells a house, now your neighbor or somebody within a 1-mile radius with similar square footage and upgrades can now sell their house for a similar price than what you just sold your house. And when you have multiple neighbors, because that usually is what ends up happening, when one person sells, multiple neighbors start wanting to sell their houses and upgrade as well, you're effectively raising the market value of your neighborhood. So that's one of the biggest mental blocks that my clients face. When they come into my consultations, they have a general idea of what it's going to take. I do the best that I can to prepare my clients before they come in for a consultation. But that is one of the biggest mental blocks that I help them get over. Hey, this is what it takes to be able to compete in our current market. My job is to get you a home. My job is to find you a home and get your offer accepted. And this is how it's going to happen. And then we have a conversation and we talk about this exact same topic. So if you've been in the market, if you've been on the fence about thinking about buying a house because you don't understand that concept, you don't really know what people are saying when they say pay above appraisal, pay above market value, come in. We can talk about that a little bit more in detail. I can explain it to you, lay it out, break it down in terms of out-of-pocket expenses, in terms of monthly payments, so you have a good understanding of what that translates to. If you're on the fence and you've already made up in your mind that, hey, I'm not going to pay more than what a house is worth, I would have you consider that what is the alternative? The alternative is you rent with friends, family, parents, or you rent from a company, and you're probably going to pay for the same exact house, the same monthly payment that you would be paying on a mortgage. Let's say you're looking at a 4-bedroom, 2-bath house. That's going to cost you $2,000 a month in rental income minimum if you're in a nice area. So you're either going to throw away $24,000 next year, or you're going to be building equity in your house. You make the decision. That paying above appraisal, that paying above market value is short-lived. That is going to be something that you forget about the day you move into your house. Because at the end of the day, what you're trying to do is find a home for you and your family and build the future that you guys deserve.